January 2013. A young woman checks into a historic hotel in Los Angeles and vanishes. Days later, a strange elevator video shocks the entire world. A mystery filled with fear, confusion, and unanswered questions. This is the story of Elisa Lam and the terrifying secrets of the Cecil Hotel. Elisa Lam was a 21-year-old student from Vancouver, Canada. She was a bright, curious soul who loved to write on her blog, sharing her thoughts on fashion, life, and her personal struggles. Like many young people, she dreamed of traveling and exploring new places. But behind her adventurous spirit, Elisa also battled with anxiety and depression, which she documented with brave honesty. Despite these challenges, she embarked on a solo trip across the United States, an adventure she called her West Coast tour. The journey had been going well, filled with new sights and experiences until she reached Los Angeles. On January 28, 2013, Elisa checked into the Cecil Hotel, located in downtown L.A. It was affordable and centrally located, a perfect spot for a budget traveler. But what she likely didn't know was the hotel's dark and sordid history. Since it opened in the 1920s, the Cecil had become a magnet for tragedy, a place notorious for suicides, violent crimes, and even housing infamous serial killers like Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. It was a building filled with stories of fear and heartbreak, its hallways echoing with grim tales. But to Elisa, it was just another place to stay for a few nights before continuing her journey. During her stay, Elisa's behavior began to change. Hotel staff later reported that she seemed nervous and disoriented. At one point, she was moved to a private room after her roommates complained about her odd conduct. Guests said she would sometimes appear to be talking to herself or act as if someone was watching her. Her final posts on her blog and social media also took on a strange emotional tone, hinting at a feeling of confusion and unease. It seemed the vibrant city of Los Angeles was becoming a lonely and frightening place for her. On February 1st, Elisa disappeared. She was last seen in the hotel lobby that day. Her parents, who she had been in contact with daily, grew worried when they didn't hear from her. They reported her missing, and the LAPD launched a search. 4 days later, police released a surveillance video that would turn the case into a global obsession. It was the last known footage of her alive. What happened inside that elevator still haunts millions. The grainy 4-minute video is unsettling. Elisa enters the elevator and presses several buttons, but the doors don't close. She peeks out into the hallway, then quickly retreats back inside, as if hiding from someone. She moves in and out of the elevator, her movements erratic. At one point, she stands outside and gestures with her hands, as if she's speaking to someone just out of the camera's view, someone invisible to us. And through it all, the elevator doors strangely remain open. Then, she walks away, and the doors finally close. For days, police searched the entire building with canine units, checking every room, the basement, and the roof. They found nothing. The case was going cold. But on February 19th, nearly 3 weeks after she vanished, hotel guests started complaining about low water pressure and a strange taste and color to the water. A hotel maintenance worker climbed to the roof to check the water tanks. He noticed the lid on one of the 4 large tanks was open. He peered inside, and in the dark, murky water, he made a horrifying discovery. Floating inside was the body of Elisa Lam. The question that immediately stumped investigators and the public was, how did she get there? The rooftop was restricted, with locked doors and alarms. To get into the tank, she would have had to climb a 10-foot ladder, push open a heavy, 20-pound lid, and then somehow get inside. It seemed almost impossible for a young woman to do all of that alone, especially in the dark. How did she get to the roof? And why was she in the water tank? The official coroner's report only deepened the mystery. Her death was ruled an accidental drowning, with her bipolar disorder listed as a significant contributing factor. No illegal drugs were found in her system, and the autopsy showed no signs of physical assault or trauma. The police theory suggested she had experienced a severe psychotic episode, which led her to the roof and into the tank, believing she was in danger. But for many people, this explanation just didn't add up. The logistical challenges of getting into the tank were too great. and the elevator video seemed to suggest something more was at play. To this day, several popular theories remain, each attempting to explain the unexplainable. The first is the psychological breakdown. Supporters of this theory believe she had a severe manic or psychotic episode, causing hallucinations and unpredictable behavior that led to her tragic accident. Her documented mental health struggles make this a plausible, if heartbreaking, scenario. The second theory is that someone was following her. Many viewers of the elevator video are convinced Elisa was hiding from a real person. Her frantic movements and hand gestures look less like a hallucination and more like she was either communicating with or begging someone for help just off camera. This theory suggests foul play, even if the evidence doesn't support it. And finally, there's a paranormal theory. Given the Cecil Hotel's dark and cursed reputation, some believe that a supernatural force was involved, that the building itself played a role in her fate, making Elisa just another one of its many tragic ghost stories. But no single theory fully explains what happened that night. Elisa Lam's story remains one of the most chilling and perplexing mysteries of the modern era. A strange video, an impossible discovery, and an endless list of unanswered questions. The Cecil Hotel, now rebranded, still stands in downtown Los Angeles, holding its secrets deep within its walls. And the tragic case of Elisa Lam remains a haunting puzzle, a sad, strange story that the world may never fully solve. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into history's greatest mysteries.